We're getting Teddy off a trailer into the shop. It's time to rebuild and upgrade in time for LST.
And Teddy, you're so strong. Oh God.
That's not what I'm not trying to prove my strength here, Mike.
I mean, you don't have to prove your strength to me, Robert. I just saw it.
Gotta get back on this thing, get the new suspension mocked up. We've gotta get the cooling system out. We're gonna get the mechanical fan off the engine and get ready for a new cooling system with electric fans. Get ready for some new front suspension and get ready for a new front clip. Actually an old front clip, but you know what I mean. All right guys, so just got to the shop and we're getting back on Teddy. I know Mike and Churchill and Wesley are here. I hear some grinding, some cutting, probably in there doing something. These guys can't wait on me for anything. But I've been gone for the morning, so it's the afternoon, and we're getting back on Teddy, so we'll see what these guys have gotten done. Oh man. You gotta pull the bed, huh?
Yep.
I've got a shot cross member from React, but I think we'd have to pull the bed. I'm really not interested in doing all that. Wesley.
Robbie.
Wesley.
Robbie.
What are you doing, man?
Jeremy and I are trying to fit this C-notch in there. Make
I
it
see
nice
y'all have done quite a few things while I wasn't here. There's like a big body part missing here.
Fell off while we were doing donuts.
So these are the CPP notches that Ron put in.
Ron did this work?
Yeah, Ron
now
did.
we see why it's crap.
Ah, we cannot trash talk our fellow wrenchers.
Did you see the cut though?
I did.
Just kept joking.
All right, so what have y'all been up to?
So we're taking that one off. Put this one on because it's fancy dancy curves and bolt holes.
Yeah, and it covers nasty access holes.
Yeah, it's got a little bit more coverage there.
Oh yeah. Well, it's looking
this
awesome.
area.
I appreciate it. Yeah. All right, guys. Today is the day we're on suspension. So a lot of folks in here, per usual, but we're getting down on the suspension. We're gonna walk you through what's been done, what we're gonna do, suspension upgrade on Teddy today. So while I was gone, y'all pulled the bed and you did a couple things up front.
Yeah.
Should I be annoyed, depressed, or really elated?
Well, I mean, I would be happy because now you don't have to do it.
Oh. Ooh.
You know what I mean?
So speaking of, what'd you do up here?
So we started with the front suspension. Me and Trey got all the chopping block stuff on. Upper lower control arms. We got the upper bag bracket in here, the slam bag, the new airline, and then we run it to this bulkhead fitting out over here. What is this? Oh, it's a stick. There's a stick in here. See the airline on C10s. Most people take them out of the upper, like, cross member up here. They'll pull them out, but I like to put a bulkhead fitting right here and run the airline from the bag over out the bulkhead, so that way you can just run the line out the bulkhead down to the frame and then, you know, down the back. Yeah, so it comes out of the bag. Like if this is the top of the bag, there's a 90-degree fitting out of the top of the bag, and then the airline is 3/8 DOT airline is run actually into a half-inch rubber hose, like a heater hose or something, to just keep it from getting, you know, abrasion resistant. And it goes around and comes out this bulkhead right here. Like on the Blazer, we took it out the bulkhead in the back.
Yep.
And then it allows you to come out and, you know, route it around and everything.
Sweet.
Yeah, so we did that. We did new valve cover gaskets. We pulled the valve covers off, put new gaskets in there, cleaned it all up, because you'll see on the other side there was a bunch of oil and everything on the back of the head.
Yep. And I'll give you a better shot of the hooker manifolds on the other side, but
yeah, then we took the old rusty manifolds off, replaced them with these really nice hooker units. I really enjoy these manifolds. They're a cast manifold, so they're a little heavy, but man, they sure are nice. They flow really good. They look really good. They seal really nice. They don't seem to warp up, you know. Because I did have a set of these on Uncle Buck at one time, so
we can put another set on there.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go back because, you know, I have the Cook's long tubes on there.
Yep.
And
they drag a little.
they drag on the ground for one, and then for two, they're quiet.
Oh, really?
Uncle Buck used to be louder when it had the shorties on it. It was
No
loud.
kidding.
Yeah.
Man, I actually thought it would be the other way around.
You would think, but no. When it had the hookers on there, it was a lot louder. So we're gonna go back to those.
Sweet.
We did made this little extension piece down here with the bung for the O2 sensor. I just made that so we can get it to the exhaust shot with the O2 sensor in there.
Churchill and Wesley got this in, this side in. You can see it covers up the access hole that was up in here. Fits nicely. All right, so now we've got that core support cross member up here and the little pieces, that little spacers that go in it. You wouldn't be able to get this inside the frame rail if it was to link. So these spacers give you a little bit of, you know, help you get this in and take up the space so it'll bolt to the core support mounts. Okay, in our attempt to just continue to throw nice parts at this chassis, we got this front radiator core support cross member. Ooh, that I'm just dinging up. Little spacers that go on the inside of the frame here, and then we'll put the core support mounts back on with some old grade 8. Yeah, I had it in here earlier. There we go. And now we put the plates here. All right, come on in. Now we're in. Oh yeah.
Oh man.
What a move.
That is perfect.
What a move to be made right there. Who got a shake? Oh yeah, that's right. That paint does great.
It does.
Just direct to
awesome.
metal. So there's a new React radiator cross member up front. All new hardware. Hit that with some black paint, we'll be ready to go. All right, so me and Mike went to the parts store, got some parts. Wesley and Churchill and old potty mouth Johnny over here.
Yeah. Dang old potty mouth Johnny.
Got the
Gonna be the first guy to get kicked off the channel for cussing.
yeah, I'm afraid that'll be you, brother.
No, I never cuss. I just say beep a lot.
You just say beep.
Is that what it is? Actually, I just say bleep for you.
You do not say bleep ever.
But rear React cross member, doesn't do anything but look cool, and yeah, in case protect
totally-
the tank.
It does something.
What does it do there, Churchill?
Keeps the frame from
Keeps
doing
your
things.
frame from
Okay.
twisting.
Yeah, from flexing.
Yeah, straight.
Flexing.
Yeah.
Sweet. Let's straight, Wesley.
Yep.
Hey, thanks, man.
No problem.
Appreciate you guys.
Yes, sir.
Couldn't do any of this without you guys.
Yeah, heck
I could. It actually just take a lot longer.
Heck yeah.
I could do it without Mike though, for sure. Probably is full.
It definitely is. It definitely
Look at this. We got a full tank. Oh yeah, we got a lot of gas in there.
Thanks, Rocky.
A lot of gas. Yeah, he probably had just filled it up when he wrecked it. So yeah, if you want to see a road warrior of a Boyd tank, there it is.
Oh, okay.
There it is. We did get some more brake components to finish out the front, so we'll walk you through all that too. All right, guys. So we got some Krylon Rust Tough direct to metal enamel. We're gonna give her a shot. I got this GoPro mounted on a shop vac, so. This is that React rear cross member. I'm gonna paint this side of that rear frame bracket, and Wesley's gonna paint that trailing arm. And in case you guys are wondering, Mike's burning in the notch right here. Yeah, sucker's in there though. So Mike is burning this in. Like I said, I didn't realize we were gonna do this, but obviously the React notch is staying. So bolted and welded. Nice weld, Tommy.
Thanks, bro.
All right, so they're getting some stuff knocked out in there. We're gonna come up here and drag the front clip up front, get the grill off, get some of the parts that we need off of it because we're using the fenders and the hood inside. So this is a clip I bought right after we wrecked Teddy from a guy out of Michigan. Really nice guy named David. And it's a little rough on this side, but really What I bought it for was the other fender just in case I needed it, and the grill. It's got a really good grill in it. It's really dirty right now, but it's silver. So we'll run the grill, headlight buckets, and the trim bar here that goes below the hood. Everything else we'll leave off. So what we're trying to do, I know it's really hard to see, there's a bolt way up in there. And I'm sure all you have struggled with it in the past. With that. Ah, okay, well that fell off, but we got it. See if we can just lift it straight out. Oh, sure did. Boom. Teddy's new dirty grill. It's gray. Gonna look great. Okay, so we're mounting the tank in the bed. Something like that. We're not doing anything fancy there. I'm just gonna mount the tank in there like that. So Mike's gonna put some bulkheads here in the floor, run some hard line, and then we'll run soft line under the truck. Hey Mike, how's it going up here?
It's going okay.
Doing a little rust repair?
A little bit.
Welcome to United by Trucks. This is day 2. We
Day 3.
Whatever day it is. I don't know what day it is. Mike worked in here by himself. Y'all know that. We're still on the suspension, so we're gonna hang some trailing arms today. Mike's gonna finish up getting the tank in the bed and doing the hard lines and bulkheads for it. And we're gonna finish up the front setup. I don't know, we got some other things to do. But day 2 on the suspension. Ron and Rock were supposed to be here. Neither one of them are feeling well. I know you guys have been asking about them. So they're gonna be around, but not today. They're just not feeling well. So y'all send them some well wishes down in the comments. And yeah, we're gonna get back on this thing. And I'm just noticing this dent. I didn't realize this dent was in the back of this cab like this. But it looks like it's been there for a while because it's all rusty.
That's probably where I got really mad yesterday and punched it.
That does seem like something you do. Don't be abusing Teddy, Mike.
So dumb.
Mike's got the tank in position here. So I think that's where we left you yesterday. And he went ahead and got that bolted in, and he's working on, well, he's actually working on putting the Johnny joints in the trailing arms, which we've decided kind of look like muskets.
Really?
Yeah, like if you look at it like this. Looks like a musket.
All right.
Anyway, that's what me and Churchill talked about yesterday. But trailing arms are all painted up, ready to be installed. And instead of going with just the aluminum tubing for the hard line down to the soft line that's going to be under the truck because we don't have time to hard line the whole thing, we decided to go with copper nickel just because, well, the copperish hue kind of matches the patina. So I think it's going to look good. While I'm just catching you guys up from earlier in the video, I also had the brackets at my house to mount the factory style caliper to the CPP modular spindle. It's supposed to narrow your track width, meaning pulling your wheels toward the cross member, pulling them in. However, if you're gonna run 12-inch rotor factory style caliper, you've got to run this bracket, and according to the CPP, it effectively moves it right back out to where it would be stock. So just keep that in mind if you're going to pay the extra money for the CPP modular spindles, that you got to pay extra money for this bracket if you're going to run stock style brakes, and you don't get the benefit of the narrow track width. Thankfully, we're making up for it in the control arms that are 1 inch narrower. Hey, before I make a parts run, you want to give everybody kind of your plan as to how these hard lines are going to run into these fittings?
Since we took the C out of the VT, CVT, and now it's just the VT, this plug right here was the inlet for the compressor, but since we removed the compressor, now it's just the empty port. So we put the pressure switch here. But if you look underneath that, we still have the bulkhead fittings here for the exhaust, and then the bag ports. So we're gonna come straight out 90 down into a bulkhead, one for each, you know, bag essentially, and then another side. This wiring is gonna come down, tuck up underneath here really nice, come down the back where you hopefully won't see too much of it. But in the back on the tank, you've got 2 1/4-inch ports back here. One was actually hold down for the compressor when it was in here. So you got to take that out, move the compressor. Now it's just an open port. So what I'm going to do is put two close radius 90s in here, and then come straight up with the line 180 and go right back down, because we don't have enough room in here to just 90 down because the fitting's too close to the floor. So it's going to come up 180 and go straight back down into the floor into another bulkhead, and that'll be the in feed from the air compressors.
Sweet.
And then down here we'll have a tank drain. There's one on each side. I'm not sure which side we're going to put the tank drain, but there's a drain on each side, so I'm not sure which side we're going to do it at yet. But
I like the way it looks back here. I like the cast gray.
yeah, it looks really good back here, to be honest.
Sweet.
And this tank has been
Yeah, it's been moved around a lot, so it's got some.
it's been beat up. And this is the first thing, like, this is going to sound super lame, but this is the first thing I've ever touched or handled that's been Cerakoted.
Yeah.
And honestly,
And that was 2 years ago.
it was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was under the impression that Cerakoting was like some super mega heavy duty like coating. And then first thing I did was scratch it.
Yeah. It's got a scratch or two, but it's gonna live in the back of this truck, so
It's been on that shelf over there for
it really has for a while.
for a long time.
But we're gonna make some use of it now. All right, guys. So we talked about the new trailing arms that we have for the truck. We're gonna go ahead and remove the old trailing arms. As I pointed out before, they've got some rust in here, and we want to go with those really nice React tubular ones. So we're gonna pull these real quick and then get the other ones installed and start getting the rear end buttoned up. So here we go. Zipped.
Just trying to, you know,
What are you trying to do?
traverse the jack stands and cameras.
Oh yeah, that's a
It's,
challenge. Thanks, man.
oh God! Oh, thanks for getting my hands all freaking crappy. Thanks, Rob. I was doing clean stuff over here.
Okay, old trailing arms out. So I'm gonna clean up this hardware, grab the other trailing arms, get that hardware, bolt it all back up. So new hardware. That's for the front of the trailing arm. Connects the trailing arm cross member. New U-bolts and hardware, all from React Suspension, AZ Pro Performance Company. So these trailing arms are side specific. They've got a panhard bar mount on one side. There we go. Hang that one there like so. And then you can adjust these Johnny joints, sort of make sure your axle's in the center where you need it to be. We mocked it up obviously in the center of that notch, so we'll make sure that it has the appropriate length. Johnny's joint. There we go, there we go, there we go, there we go.
Oh God!
Now, okay. Now we're gonna try not to replicate this side and do it a little better on that side. All right, guys, so we got the rear end wrapped up as far as trailing arms go. We've got a, like I said, finished shocks, the shock cross member, hang shocks. We're still waiting on those parts, but we're gonna finish up the front end. So we've got new 5-lug rotors from CPP, and we've got pads, bearings, and seals to finish up the front. The calipers we're just reusing that were on there So they're hanging off the side of the frame rail now. You've seen that Mike got the control arms and the bag in and spindle on. So we're ready to put seals inside these rotors. So we're gonna pack some bearings and get this stuff on the front. So here we go. What y'all didn't see is I just packed all those bearings. I didn't record it on camera, but thought I did. But yeah, so new bearings packed. We're about to start putting together the rotors, getting it on the front end of the truck. So hang on. Y'all been wondering where Rocky is. There he is. First part of this video, I said he wasn't feeling well. Yeah. He's still recovering.
They come in here with a high temperature coughing. I don't know what's going on.
Nah, he ain't got none of that up in here. He's
coughing on everybody.
He's on that recovery mode.
He can't taste or smell, but he's here to lend a hand.
That's right.
Mike's like, I'll just force it.
Well, it's just a little tight.
Well, that way, if the nut ever comes off, the washer's gonna keep it.
The washer will end up keeping the whole thing on. I'm gonna tighten that down before I put that in there.
For potatoes? No. Oh.
It was awesome.
At first he wasn't gonna do it.
And then, okay, so the front is primarily wrapped up. We need to put the caliper on, which we'll do here in a minute, test fit it. But front's coming together. We're gonna be hanging a wheel and checking articulation and on the bags and that sort of thing here shortly. So y'all hang tight.
Yeah.
So what Mike's not telling you is he's punching holes to mount the Viair 444 compressors. Word.
I'm about to smack the light.
All right, so you can see in relation to the rear part of the frame, compressors are about as far away from the cab as you can get them. So even though they're quiet, we don't want to have much of that noise coming into the cab. So there's that. Rear end's taking shape. Rocky and I been working on getting the rest of the front brakes buttoned up. Oh, Rock over here getting them calipers on. All right, Mike, so we're checking out your awesome work here. Tell us a little bit about what you got going.
So we finished all of the piping for the tank. We got the nickel hard line on here. I've got the pressure switch wired. The drains plumbed over there on that side. The tank is actually mounted. All the bulkheads are in. We are still waiting for the wiring harness from switch to come in, which will plug in here. And then it actually tucks in behind the tank back here. There's a hole back here, so it'll come down around and tuck in the same place as pressure switch wiring is going.
Man, it looks so clean.
Yeah, the compressors are going to plug in on these ports in the back here, so you won't be able to see none of that. And you got your little drain.
Man, it looks right at home, like it was supposed to be here. I still can't get over the color of the airline, the hard line. Just matches the bed floor so well.
Yeah, and I took all of the fittings out of the tank that were in it and just re-doped them up and put some Loctite on them and stuff. And
sweet, just to make sure they're...
Yeah, just make sure they get a leak.
So. Wow, looks awesome, dude. High five.
High fives.
Cue the music.